John. Jazz, this is Mr. John Pringle. He's got an old connection with your India. His great-grandfather was a high-ranking officer of the East India Company.
Oh, really?
He's very British,
Hi,
isn't he?
Jazz.
Very
Jazz.
British.
Isn't that a kind of music? Indians have some kind of name, Charlie.
Actually, it's short for just me.
Oh, then Jazz must be your attempt to be one of us. That's one smart girl you got there, Charlie. I
That's
don't
so
blame her.
rude.
She doesn't want to be known as
And
coming
bloody
from the
obnoxious.
St. Charles, right? Tell me, Jazz, do they still do the Indian rope trick in your country?
No, Mr. Pringle. And it's actually not just the land of snake charmers. Right, Charlie?
Yes, it's not just a land of snake charmers. It's also a land of chicken tandoori and call centres.
If I was her, I would headbutt them all.
Oh, of course,
Round kick them
yeah,
round the
Indians
face
not
and
that.
hop
Fortunately,
bibbity
Charlie
bob out
doesn't
of
know,
there.
But I do. Winston Churchill once said, if we ever left India, it would be run by the goons. And my God, it is.
It's a bit rude, isn't it? Can we call this wildly racist?
Mate, I wouldn't even be polite. I would chuck my drink in their face.
Well, at least he had the decency to call her madam. What a jerk.
I can't even think of that happening. Like, if that was happening in front of me, oh God, that would grind my gears.
क्योंकि मैं इंडियन
Oh.
लेकिन तुम्हें क्या हुआ तुम्हें क्यों बुरा लगा तुम तो ब्रिटिशर हो खैर छोड़ो तुम कहीं की भी रहने वाली हो रहोगी तो तुम इंडियन ही ना चलो
कहाँ?
उसके परदादा ने कोई और इंडिया देखा है असल इंडिया की सैर करवाते हैं उसे
Hang on, this is set in London. It's got the Tower Bridge.
Doesn't seem that bothered that his fiance is still
Mr.
trying to
Pringle,
be
I
gentleman.
would like
is
to
he?
tell you something about India.
Oh, really? I'm all ears.
नमस्ते सर मेरा नाम है अर्जुन सिंह 5000 साल पुरानी सभ्यता की वजह से हम हिंदुस्तानी सबको ऐसे ही झुक के प्रणाम करते हैं
When we greet one another, we fold our hands in Namaste because we believe that God resides in the heart of every human being.
ऐसी सभ्यता जिसमें एक कैथलिक औरत प्रधानमंत्री की कुर्सी एक सिख के लिए छोड़ देती है और एक सिख
Masood from
प्रधानमंत्री
EastEnders.
पद की शपथ एक मुस्लिम राष्ट्रपति से लेता है उस देश की बागडोर संभालने के लिए जिसमें 80% लोग हिंदू हैं
We come from a nation where we allow a lady of Catholic origin to step aside for a Sikh to be sworn in as Prime Minister by a Muslim president to govern a nation of over 80% Hindus.
आपकी मातृभाषा अंग्रेजी पूरी दुनिया में सबसे ज्यादा हमारे ही देश में घसी जाती है और आपको शायद ये भी नहीं पता होगा कि अंग्रेजी के ज्यादातर शब्द संस्कृत से लिए गए हैं संस्कृत का शब्द मात्र अंग्रेजी में मदर बना भ्रातृ बना ब्रदर ज्यामिति बनी ज्योमेट्री और त्रिकोणमिति बनी ट्रिग्नोमेट्री
It may also interest you to know that many of the origins of your words come from Sanskrit. For example, Matra becomes mother.
I think someone's getting shown up.
Geometry becomes geometry.
Look at his face.
Becomes trigonometry.
आपको शायद ये बात दिलचस्प लगे कि हमारे यहाँ
I understand exactly what he's saying, but I don't understand why it needs to be said in Indian and repeated in English. Like, it kind of loses the power of it.
I'm liking this.
आपके देश के मुकाबले में कई ज्यादा है
We have 5,600 newspapers, 35,000 magazines in over 21 different languages with a combined readership.
Yeah, his head's not so stuck forward now, is it? He's just looking down at the floor. Even he looks annoying, that man, doesn't he?
It's just his face.
Gross.
His hair reminds me of Donald Trump.
साइंटिस्ट की गिनती में जनाब हम सिर्फ 2 मुल्कों से पीछे
We are the third largest pool in the world of doctors, engineers, and scientists.
ये थी
Woohoo.
अब करते हैं
Yes, I'm proud of that.
में तीसरी सबसे बड़ी
You tell him.
आप क्या फिर भी मैं आपके सामने झुक के आपको प्रणाम करता हूँ क्योंकि हम किसी को अपने आप से छोटा या कमजोर नहीं समझते
Maybe your grandfather didn't tell you that we have the third largest army in the world. And even then, I fold my hands in humility before you because we don't believe that we are above or beneath any individual.
Love that.
Come on, what does he have to say to that, eh?
कुछ और खूबियाँ भी है हमारे पास वो सब जानने के लिए मैं मनोज कुमार की पूर्व और पश्चिम की डीवीडी आपको भेज दूंगा इन्हें दे दे
And Namaste.
What do you think?
I loved that. However, it's really sad that they had to do that because, and I don't want people to feel like that's what British people are like all of the time, because we're not. Fair enough, we take the piss out of each other based on like nationality and stuff, but that is just joking. Like, we aren't like that at all, and that's really sad that British people are being portrayed in a negative manner in that way. But I loved how because I love learning about different cultures, different religions. I love it. I'm extremely cosmopolitan, but yeah. So I loved what they were saying, and it was really good. It was very eye-opening as well.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I thought it was going to be more racist bullshit from an English perspective coming through, but it turned it around quite nicely. Just don't get why it got repeated in Indian and English. It kind of lost its value.
I thought it started off wildly racist.
The English guy looked horrible there, didn't he? But I think the Indian guy gave it back to him in the best way possible, being quite humble and showed him up.
I thought that was really good. We're getting back to the whole how the UK and the British sort of almost belittle India, and I bet that bloke knows what we did to India. You know, he seemed like quite a well-educated man, and yet he still has the audacity to speak to that lovely Indian lady like that. So it's wrong. Good for them for telling him what they thought.
Is this an accurate depiction of a Londoner's views on India?
Not even slightly. I mean, London's one of the more multicultural societies that we've got. I mean, you've also got Portsmouth, you've got Birmingham. Like, we're a multicultural nation. You just get a few racists and radicals, but you get that with everyone else as well. It's just they're not punished as harshly.
It's the correct view of obnoxious Londoners' views, but we're all human. Like I said, like, you shouldn't be tarred just for your nationality or what passport you have.
I hope not. I really hope not, because that was awful how that guy spoke to that lady. That was a classic case of stereotyping, and I don't think anyone has the right to stereotype a certain country. I think that hopefully not everyone's like him, but certainly the higher classes think they're above everyone, including that poor Indian lady.
No. Obviously, in each country you have an extremist and their opinion, and you will get people like that. But I think one doesn't speak for all.
No, definitely not. Well, there's two of us here from England, and we have a completely different point of view from that. So, as Misha said, one does not talk for all.
Finally, did you learn anything new?
Yeah, I learnt about the hands, and everything that he was saying was quite educational, and it was a real insight into Indian culture, which is quite good.
I learnt that Donald Trump could have a body double.
Yeah, I didn't know they had the third largest army. I didn't know the meaning of Namaste and the cultural differences behind that. So yeah, I did learn some things actually.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't know they had like the third largest army. Largest army. I did know they were extremely high in the numbers of like doctors and things they had, because they are a very intelligent country. They are, but they just get tarred to. They have one image of a country and then they all get tarred to that brush. But it's a beautiful country, and I'd love to go there one day.
One doesn't talk for all.
Throwing it in his face.